Hi, I'm TJ Walker, and I want to give an honest review of Myers-Turpin Landscaping Nursery. They're located at 7820 North Military Trail in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. And honestly, this review starts out extremely positively. My wife, daughter, and I visited the nursery on April 19th, 2026, because we wanted to make the front of our home and the back of our home look beautiful. And initially, Myers Turf absolutely impressed us. The nursery itself, it looked gorgeous. The flowers were vibrant. The grounds looked beautiful. The staff members were friendly and welcoming. We met with landscape designer David Williams, and frankly, he seemed terrific, very pleasant, very professional, quite patient. And I want to stress this because I'm trying to be completely fair and factual. At the beginning, this felt like a premium experience. Now, I also need to explain something. My wife and I know absolutely nothing about landscaping, nothing about plants. I know so little about landscaping that if someone told me hydrangeas needed emotional validation and 6 hours of podcast content per week, I'd probably nod respectfully and write that down. And we made this extraordinarily clear to David Williams and the Myers Turf staff from the very beginning. We specifically explained that we know almost nothing about plants, nothing about flowers, root systems, soil conditions, drainage, flower maintenance, or landscaping installation. That's important because we weren't simply purchasing plants, we were purchasing their expertise. This is why we spent more than $4,000 with Myers Turf, specifically $4,062.97 between two purchases, one on April 19th and April 28th, 2026. We paid for the consultation. We paid for professional judgment. We paid for installation because I don't have shovels and tools and things like that. We paid because we believed we were relying on experts. And initially, everything seemed fantastic. The installation happened on schedule. Everybody showed up on time. Everything looked beautiful on day one. Honestly, if this review ended after the first 24 hours, I'd probably be filming a promotional commercial for Myers Turf while standing beside a decorative fern and pretending to know what mulch does. But here's where this experience became deeply frustrating. The entire purpose of this project, the whole reason my wife and I went to Myers Turf in the first place, was because we wanted the entrance to our home to feel beautiful, colorful, elegant, and welcoming. That was the main reason we were there. Yes, we wanted our backyard pool area to look better too, but that was the vision. We wanted beautiful flowering arrangements surrounding the front entrance of our home so that guests arriving would immediately see color and beauty. That was the goal. And I want to emphasize something extremely important. Every single flowering arrangement in the large front door planters died. Every one of them, not a few struggled, not some didn't thrive. Every flowering centerpiece arrangement outside the front entrance of our home completely died. And instead of beautifying the entrance to our house, the landscaping actually made the front of our home dramatically uglier than before we started. That's the part people need to understand. These were not hidden side plants around an air conditioning unit. These were the main decorative focal points surrounding the front entrance to our home. And they deteriorated almost immediately. The flowers became brown, withered, dead, unsightly. Neighbors commented on them. I became embarrassed by them. I was genuinely worried the homeowners association might eventually complain because the front of our house started looking neglected and abandoned. Now, again, I want to be fair. I understand plants sometimes die. I'm not demanding immortality from begonias. But when every single focal point flowering arrangement at the entrance to a home dies almost immediately after installation, and another landscaping professional later identifies concerns about drainage, exposed roots, and planting methods, I think most reasonable people would at least be asking a few serious questions. And that's exactly what happened here. So let me walk you through the actual results. Let's start here with image 0968. These are the Mandeville. This was for the back of my house. And this is one of the Mandeville plants installed by Myers Turf. As you can see in this image, it's completely dead. It's dry, it's brittle, it's totally withered. This was supposed to be part of the decorative landscaping for the back of our home. Instead, it looks like something discovered during a drought documentary. And this was one of four that all ended up like this. So the backyard is a bit of a mess. Now, let's lead to another image, 0966. This image became especially concerning after another landscaping professional later inspected the work. And again, I want to be very factual and careful here. This second landscaper told me, in his professional opinion, that the plant shown in this image right here has never been planted properly. You can see my finger pointing at all these exposed roots. It was like that from day one. As I point right here, you can literally see the exposed roots. The landscaper actually laughed and said he'd never seen roots left exposed like this. His opinion was that the exposed roots visible in the image likely contributed to why the plant died. Again, I'm not pretending to be a landscape expert here. That's literally the entire reason I hired professionals. I'm the homeowner standing there watering dead vines while trying to remain optimistic and emotionally supported. Now, let's move to image 0964. This image shows a completely dead mandeville. Again, it's another one. Now, you may notice a couple of green leaves in the center right here. That's not from the Myers installed plant. Those belong to a completely separate vine planted months earlier by a different landscaper. So to be clear, absolutely nothing from the actual Myers installed mandeville shown in this image was alive. Now, let's move to another image, 967. Again, in this image, the only visible green leaves belong to an older vine installed previously by someone else. The actual Myers installed plant shown in this image continued looking worse and worse every single week. At this point, the landscaping no longer looked decorative, it looks historically tragic. Now, let's move to image 0965. This shows another completely dead and withered plant. Completely dead, completely withered, completely unsightly. And remember, the plant shown in image 965 was specifically intended to beautify my home. Instead, the landscaping began looking abandoned. Now, let's move to image 961. This is me standing at the front door looking genuinely unhappy because these planters were supposed to be one of the major visual centerpieces of the entire project, of the home. Beautiful flowers framing the entrance to our home. Does that look beautiful? No. It's supposed to be elegant, welcoming, upscale. Instead, as shown here, nearly everything died almost immediately and became an enormous eyesore. Let's look at the next planter. This is another image of the large front door planters. These flowers shown, or what would be flowers, shown in the image were supposed to cascade beautifully downward near the entrance to the home. There were two of them. They both look like this. As you can see, every single one is dried up, dead, and just completely sickly looking. They died so quickly that the front of the house started looking like a cautionary tale about optimism. Neighbors commented on how bad they look. I became embarrassed by them, and this part became especially concerning later. During installation, I specifically asked David whether a plug had been removed from one of these large planters. He assured me it had been removed. Later, another landscaping professional inspected the planter and told me there was still a plug inside, preventing proper drainage, because I noticed there was constantly about 1.5 inches of water above. The water accumulated inside the planter and likely drowned the roots. Yeah, I'm not presenting myself as the expert here. I'm simply telling you what another landscaping professional later told me after examining the installation. Now, let's move to image 962. Again, in this image, virtually every element appears dead, brittle, brown, and unsightly. And this matters because the entrance to the home was one of the primary focal points we specifically hired Myers-Turf to improve. Instead, as shown in this image here, the entrance to our home became dramatically uglier after spending more than $4,000. Now, eventually, after repeated calls, I was referred to Preston Maples, Director of Landscape Development. And initially, he sounded reassuring. He explained that transplanted plants sometimes go dormant, temporarily appear dead before eventually returning later. Now, again, I know almost nothing about landscaping. He could have told me these flowers temporarily become emotionally unavailable during recovery, and honestly, I might have accepted that explanation. So I waited patiently. I followed the watering instructions carefully. I monitored everything, and things continued to get worse, not better. A couple of weeks went by. I reached out. Then I received a text message from Preston. And again, I want people to judge this for themselves. He informed me that the plants were not covered under warranty, and he invited me to return to the nursery to purchase replacement plants at a good price. Now, maybe some people would find that perfectly reasonable. But personally, after spending over $4,000 specifically because I lacked landscaping knowledge and was relying on their expertise and installation services, I found that response incredibly disappointing because the proposed solution essentially became, please come spend additional money and try it again yourself, which was especially confusing because the entire reason I hired professionals in the first place was because my landscaping abilities are roughly equivalent to a distracted squirrel. And finally, let's talk about the rock bed installation. Another landscaping professional later examined the work and was shocked that no weed barrier liner had been installed underneath the rocks. He explained to me that without a liner, weeds would predictably grow through and create unnecessary, unending maintenance problems. When I raised this concern with Myers, I was essentially told that I should have specifically requested liners. And this was the moment where I became more than a little frustrated because from day one, my wife and I repeatedly emphasized that we knew almost nothing about landscaping and were depending on their expertise and professional judgment. At no point did I say, please install whatever a totally uninformed homeowner accidentally forgets to ask for. I believed we were hiring experts specifically to help prevent mistakes like this. Now, look, I'm not saying every employee at Myers Turf is bad. I'm not claiming every customer has a negative experience. I'm simply documenting mine. And in my opinion, when a customer spends more than $4,000 largely relying on your expertise, consultation, design, recommendations, and installation services, and within a few weeks, the results include dead plants, exposed roots, drainage concerns, and landscaping other professionals later criticized as poor workmanship, the response should probably involve something more substantial than offering to sell the customer additional plants. That's my honest experience. You can decide for yourself. Again, this is what I have to look at when I walk in and outside my home. Thanks, Myers Turf.